This month, an AI campus manager stops at a locked transformer gate, and the GPUs behind him are ready, but the power path isn't. That is the weird new limit on artificial intelligence, not code. A model can learn overnight, but a grid part cannot. Big tech has put $1 trillion bet behind those buildings, and the normal world before this was simple enough to ignore. A data center asked for power, and the utility found room. The racks filled slowly, so the old grid had time to breathe until AI racks arrived hungry all day, not just at peak hours. You can feel the shift before anyone says infrastructure. 16 gigawatts were promised for this year, enough for a small country, but only 5 are under construction, so the calendar starts slipping. The first consequence is not a press release, it is silence. A site waits with concrete poured while the electrical room stays empty. To see why, start with the transformer outside the fence. It takes high voltage grid power and makes it usable inside. Without that heavy box, the campus cannot safely drink electricity. The problem is everyone now wants the same box at once. Utilities need them for storms, factories need them for upgrades, and AI developers join the line with cash and impossible schedules. Suppliers cannot stamp these out like phones because each order is engineered. Then comes switchgear, the room of breakers that controls the flow. It opens and closes power paths before equipment burns or workers get hurt. That part is booked through 2028, according to current industry reporting. So the bottleneck moves from the cloud brochure to a factory queue. 30 to 50% of this year's projects may slip or die, and that does not mean the model is less clever. It means the building cannot receive power without the missing gear. Now the cascade reaches towns that never asked to host AI. Residents hear the substation plan before they ever see a chatbot. The pitch sounds clean on a slide: jobs, taxes, progress. Then the neighbors ask who pays when the utility upgrades wires. They ask where the water goes during a summer week. They ask why the noise sits near their bedroom window. The machine feels virtual until it lands beside a road. In 2024, 6 projects were canceled after local fights. The next year, that became 25, and the pace kept rising. By early this year, more than 20 had already been killed. That is the human cost hiding inside the AI arms race. A household does not see a frontier model, it sees a bigger bill. A mayor does not see AGI, he sees angry voters. A utility planner sees both sides and neither side can wait. The name twist is that hyperscalers are still accelerating into this wall. Moody's lifted its spending view for the largest operators in May. The customers are real, so executives treat delay as a routing problem. But power is not traffic. You cannot reroute a transformer overnight. You either have the gear or the building stays dark. That is why smart software companies now study boring procurement calendars. The real race is now between training demand and electrical delivery, and the winner may be whoever reserved the dull parts first. So the locked gate from the opening changes meaning, not as a delay, but as the new AI benchmark. The question is not whether the model can answer faster. The question is whether the wall can feed the room. If it cannot, that giant wager starts waiting in line, and every powerful model comes back to one locked transformer gate.